me. Sorry about that. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels live hospitality talk show. Hope all is well. Happy Tuesday to you. Today is April 6th, 2021. We're all about connecting people and collaboration. I always say hashtag hospitality unplugged, which means we talk about everything within the hospitality industry. Well, most things, right? Hotels specifically, we talk about DMCs, DMOs, those are CVBs, just in case you didn't know. We talk about food because I'm a foodie of non-meat eats, so I talk about that stuff as well. So, but thank you so much for joining. I do appreciate it. It is show number, oh, I almost forgot here. Let me get my little banner started here so you know where I'm coming to you live from Los Angeles, and you have my website there. So if during the show you want to just check out, say, who is this Russell of Hotels? You want to check him out, go ahead and go russellofhotels.com. And all my information is actually there, right? All my contact information, my email, you can call me. You don't call me now because I'm on the show. I probably wouldn't take the call, but at least you have that information. Okay. So I do appreciate it. Once again, you um, tuning into the show to watch me, and it's also a podcast. Well, it will be a podcast after the show. So we're right now live on YouTube and Facebook Live, or yeah, Facebook Live. So we're live right now, and then after the show's over, I'll put this same, but only the audio portion, right? The same show, but the audio portion on Anchor, or which is Spotify. So if you went to Spotify or wherever you listen to your favorite podcast, we will be there. It's called On Air with Russell of Hotels. So you can Google. Have you ever Googled yourself, Googled your name, Googled your company, your business, and see what comes up? I do that quite often, right? Because I just want to make sure no riffraff is attached to my name. But I find that some interesting things. There's more than one Russell Edmond out there. Okay, can you believe that? There's more than one Russell Edmond. Oh boy. But yeah, so there's a Russell Edmond. I believe he's on the East Coast, right? So, but he's Russell A. Edmond, I believe. I'm Russell L. Edmond. So that's why I put the L in there to distinguish myself. But if you just Google Russell Edmond, it would come up all the things that I post and all that stuff. So Google yourself and see what comes up. Google your business because you want to make sure things are coming up right. I didn't realize there was a Russell Hotels. My company's called Russell of Hotels, right? But there's a Russell Hotels in the UK. So that sometimes comes up over my name or maybe right under my name. I think I post more now, so I get priority over the name, right? So I mean that's how Google works and all these kind of platforms work. That the more you post, the more you get favorable placement, if you will. So, but anyway, that's just a little tidbit of information, just in case you wanted to know, right? And that's what Russell of Hotels is all about. I'm a disruptor of the status quo, a marketing disruptor. So I'll give you information that maybe you didn't know. We do things marketing. If you look at my sites or my platforms that I post things on, I do a lot of digital marketing and things for hotels, things for DMOs or CVBs. DMO stands for Destination Marketing Organizations, or the old term was CVBs, Convention and Visitors Bureau, which they still go by that name, or tourism boards and things like that. So, but anyway, so I'm a disruptor of status quo. So thank you so much for joining show number 102. See, I don't have to worry about show number 100 anymore because I'm already past that milestone. So the next milestone, I guess, will be 150. I guess let's just say it'd be 150. So I don't have to make a big fuss until another 48 shows. So I'm happy about that. So moving forward, industry news. But before I get into industry news, I have some sad news. I got a call over the weekend, and a dear colleague of a lot of us, especially people that worked at the Hilton in Woodland Hills. This person was the director of human resources. And that hotel, let me just give you a little background on that hotel. I learned so much at that hotel, right? All the things that I had learned prior to that, I got to put in action at this particular hotel. And HR was I was no stranger to HR anyway, but it just kind of enhanced my HR experience, if you will. And that was a result of Miss Francine Schuster. Now, Francine Schuster was our director of human resources, and sadly, she passed away. And I want to say it was Saturday. Well, I got the message on Sunday, so it had to be Saturday evening, I believe. So my prayers and condolences to her husband Bob. She's a great lady, helped me out tremendously. Had some issues at that hotel that we had to deal with. Wasn't my issue, but it was some GM issues. But we won't even go into all that, right? So, but no, Francine was always there to assist, always to help, not just me, but our entire team. But that hotel as a whole was, my experiences there, I still talk about them to this day. That was probably the best experience I've had in my 14 hotel career. Okay, was at the Hilton Woodland Hills. So, but once again, my prayers and condolences to her husband Bob. So thank you so much. Hey, countdown to Disneyland reopening April 30th. I'm gonna mention this every week until it opens because I think that's significance for Southern California, right? A huge significance to see what's going to happen, what's going to go down, and how we're going to deal with the whole COVID thing. So, countdown to Disneyland reopening April 30th. So there you go. Hey, Long Beach to use their convention center to be a migrant shelter. And okay, so that's news. I saw that in the news. I think it was like they were thinking about it. They still have to. It's pending city council approval, but the convention center in Long Beach, and I'm not sure the period of time when it's going to start or when it's going to end, but they're going to use it to house, to be a housing or a shelter for migrant people that are coming over from other countries, Mexico, and there's a lot of kids that are coming over that don't have their parents with them and things like that. So I believe that those are the people that will be housed in the convention center. And from what I understand, is the upward of 1,000 people or 1,000 kids and things like that. So so this is all about this stuff has nothing to do with business. Okay, it has everything to do with community and compassion. So I applied Long Beach and I think Anaheim may have done, was it Anaheim? San Diego may have done the same thing. I think it's San Diego. Correct me if I'm wrong, but this just tells me that, these particular convention centers or these cities or these councilmen or CVBs or whatever, it's not all about business. It's about community and it's about compassion. Okay. So as we know in California, we're not using indoor space anyway. So I think it would be selfish if we weren't using, things that are going unutilized anyway. So I think this is a great thing. And I applaud Long Beach for doing it. So there you go. So boom, there you go. Drop the mic. I'm done. Good job, Long Beach. Appreciate you. In fact, Long Beach is one of the better destinations that I like, right? I like LA. I live in LA, but Long Beach is a beach city as well. They have a lot to offer. So there you go. That's all I'm gonna say about it. I'm not trying to throw something out there for Long Beach, but I'm just saying, hey, I appreciate what you did, and I'm proud of that. So that's a good thing. Long Beach is, for people didn't know, that people that are not in Southern California, Long Beach from, say, Los Angeles, where I live, is probably, I want to say it's about 22 miles, something like that, from Los Angeles. So you'll be going south for the most part. Okay, there you go. Hey, enhance your networking and your brand. I mentioned this last week. How have I been enhancing my network and my brand? Through Clubhouse. Some people, well, Clubhouse, I can't get it, whatever. Just listen to it or watch it or go on it. You have to be, first of all, let me back up. You got to have an iPhone, or you have to have an iPhone. That's first and foremost. And two, you have to be invited to attend a Clubhouse, right? So if you're interested, you have my information. Like I said, just go russellhotels.com. You see my information, my email, and my cell phone. I just have to have your number. You have to have an iPhone, right? So I have 5 invites right now, currently 5 invites. So if anyone needs an invite, let me know and I will do it. And you check out Clubhouse for yourself and see if it's worthwhile for you. But it's helped me grow my other social media platforms. And it's funny, the connections that I make are real connections, people that really can help you, people that, have a lot to offer you. And this is in the hospitality space. This is just not random stuff. I'm talking specifically in the marketing and hospitality space, because for the most part, those are the platforms or the clubhouses that I attend. So so just make sure. I mean, you can look at it's any subject in there. You can spend hours in there just looking at different subjects or whatever. But I watch it or not watch it. I listen to it. I get involved in it for the hospitality topics and things that they're talking about. They can talk about marketing. They talk about LinkedIn. I mean, the things I learned about LinkedIn, I learned a lot of it from Clubhouse, right? And this is free information, right? So people are just spewing out all this knowledge, and I get to spew out a little knowledge too because they invite you to come up and get to talk, whatever. But anyway, I'm not. I don't work for Clubhouse. I'm not getting anything from Clubhouse, but I just think it's a tool that if you're a hospitality professional and you want to learn something new, it makes no sense not to try to learn something new. So check it out, take advantage of it. CVBs, tourism boards, I think there needs to be more of those people on there because it's kind of, it's not even a lot of hotel people on it, to be honest with you. But there's hospitality professionals, meaning they can be more restaurant people, owners. And there are some hotel people there, hotel owners, developers, hotel people that just they contract or they're contract marketers and things like that. So there's a lot of people that know the hospitality space or the hotel space, but they may not be hoteliers, so to speak. But there are some there. But I think that you should check it out. So I'm not gonna say it anymore. Like I said, I'm not getting paid by them or for them, but I just I just think it's a good tool and it's helped me out. It's helped me expand my horizon, so to speak. What would prevent you from traveling in 21? Okay, so I'm fully vaccinated, and I mention this every week. I'm like 3 weeks, 3 weeks, since my last, vaccination. So I'm good to go, right? So whatever comes up, I'm ready to go. I'm ready to get on a plane and go. So what would stop you? But I still wear a mask. So just remember, just because you're vaccinated, fully vaccinated, does not mean you should stop wearing a mask. Although I think CDC came out and said there's no mask needed, but you know, I don't, no, I'm still gonna continue to wear the mask. So I think we all just need to be, whatever you're comfortable doing, just do it. So that's what I'm doing. So does this mean that I need to, because they open some travel restrictions, right? If you've been fully vaccinated, you can travel and all this kind of stuff, right? So they're going to ask you to bring your vaccination card with you. I don't know, but I got mine. So if they do ask me to bring it, I'm good because I have mine. Let me just check. I just need to refresh my to see if there's any questions or comments. There are no questions or comments. I see some people like what they see so far. Stacy Clayton Pettis. Hey, Stacy, how are you? Ernestine Selman from the SIP. You know where the SIP is? That's Mississippi. She's from the SIP. So, and Stacy Clayton is she's from B Town. She's from Blythe. Okay. I don't think she doesn't live there now, but she's a classmate of mine. So I just have to give her a quick shout out since I saw her name. So let's move forward. Who's hiring? I don't know. Pivot Hotels. You familiar with Pivot Hotels? Pivot Hotels is a division of Davidson Hotel Hospitality Group. If you even know who Davidson is, I mean, I know who they are, but I guess Pivot Hotels is part of their lifestyle brand. Okay, that's the lifestyle brand component of Davidson Hotels. So they're looking for a director of marketing. It's a remote position, corporate office. It's in the corporate office. Well, if it's remote, it can't be in the corporate office, right? But their corporate office is located in Glendale, California. I didn't even know that, right? So you have to have 5+ years of marketing experience in a director's level. And I saw this one on LinkedIn, and this one just got posted yesterday. So it's, I don't post anything that's like over a week old because I just don't do it. Okay, so these are hot. So if you're interested in it, go to LinkedIn. It's Pivot Hotels or Davidson Hospitality Group. They're looking for a corporate director of marketing. So check it out. And they have multiple hotels. I think I'm sure they'll just do regions, I'm sure. But Davidson Hotels they probably manage well over 100 hotels, I would think. If not that close to that. West Drift Hotel. You guys familiar with West Drift Hotel? It's a Marriott Autograph Collection. It's located in Manhattan Beach, California, which is from LAX. It's what is that? That's south of LAX. So if you're at LAX, it's south. So it would be actually south of even El Segundo. So it's on Rosecrans Boulevard. It's the south side of Rosecrans Boulevard. So it used to be a Marriott hotel, just a straight up Marriott hotel, but now it's called the West Drift, which is a Marriott autograph collection. Located in Manhattan Beach, you're looking for director of sales and marketing. It's a 393 room hotel. It's owned and managed by Westmont Hospitality Group. So if you're interested in that, where did I see that one? Indeed. I saw that one on Indeed, and that one was just posted. That may have been posted today, if I'm not mistaken. So check it out. I have a couple of did you knows, and this is did you know hotel or LinkedIn kind of stuff, right? I just on the fly just made this up, right? So did you know the Custom Hotel, which is in Westchester, that's in Los Angeles, all this stuff is in Los Angeles area, is now the Hotel June. I didn't know they reflagged this hotel. They rebranded, right? I happened to be driving by because I hadn't been in that area, probably in a year, and it's only like 10 minutes from where I live, right? But that just goes to show you during this whole lockdown thing, I haven't been anywhere. So I actually was driving a couple of days ago, and I came across the Custom Hotel, but it was no longer the Custom. It's called the Hotel June, and they, like I said, they rebranded it. I looked it up online or their website. I think it was hoteljune.com, and they redid everything. So it's kind of open. It's kind of brighter because it was kind of the Custom was kind of dark. I hate to say, no, I don't hate to say it, but I'm telling you, it was kind of dark. So but now it's kind of light and airy, right? So hey, they kind of revived it a little bit. So I have to go inside and check it out. And of course, I'm gonna let you know, right? Because maybe I'll do a live from there, right? Just to go in and check it out. I did a live last week. Did I? Anyway, I'll talk about that in a little while. But yeah, so the Custom Hotel in Westchester is now the Hotel June, and that it just for location's sake. If you don't know where that is, Lincoln Boulevard and Manchester. So if you continue to take Lincoln, if you're going north, you're going to run into Marina Del Rey. Okay, so Westchester, then it goes maybe Playa del Rey, then Marina Del Rey, that kind of area. Okay, over there. So that's where it is. So just so you get a reference of where it is, but it's not too far from LAX. So there you go. And also, did you know that the Moxie Hotel in Oakland is officially open? I love the Moxie brand. That's a Marriott brand. It's kind of edgy, kind of funky, kind of out there. I mean, I guess edgy and funky that's pretty much how you describe a Moxie hotel. For Marriott to be so conservative, they went on the other side of conservative. I mean, they went far left, if you will. Okay, so but Moxie Hotel is something else. So I've stayed in one in Denver, but it's cool. Like I said, it's edgy as heck, but it is really cool. I love what they do. It's a different kind of brand. And I think that's right for Oakland too. I mean, I think because Oakland can be kind of on the edge too. So a shout out to Rex Maxion. He's the director of sales there. He used to be with Visit Oakland, and just in case you know that name from somewhere. But Rex is a great guy. So if you're interested in that hotel, or you want a site inspection, or you go to their website and do a virtual site inspection, or if you're in Oakland, check out Rex and asking for the Russell of Hotels rate. Say, hey, Rex, I heard they have that ROH rate. Russell told me. Just do that and see what happens. Go to any hotel and ask that. Ask for that Russell of Hotels rate and see what happens. Okay. You'll be surprised. You probably get it, right? So you won't know unless you try, right? The worst they can tell you is no. So I would suggest that everyone who listens, go to whenever you check into a hotel or whenever you make a reservation. But this is the thing: you have to call and ask for this rate. You can't. It's not on the website or anything like that. Call and say, hey, do you have that ROH rate? And they say, what is the ROH? The Russell of Hotels rate. It's supposed to be the best rate there. Yeah, just ask for it. Okay. And if you don't get the Russell of Hotels rate, let me know. Okay. Oh, just check in. No comments. Okay, no one has anything to say? Not even hello? What is going on with people today? Oh boy. But anyway, okay, where am I? Wouldn't you know it, somebody's ringing the doorbell. I mean, who does that, right? They know I'm doing the show right now. It's probably the mailman. But anyway, there's somebody up there that can open the door. Did you know that I have one more? Did you know? Did you know LinkedIn has stories? You know how Facebook has stories, Instagram has stories, LinkedIn has stories, right? So you can do a story on LinkedIn. See, my job is to give you guys information that you probably didn't even know about, right? So if you didn't do, maybe you need to refresh your LinkedIn if you hadn't seen it, or maybe you need to update it, update the app or whatever. Because some people, I heard this on Clubhouse, that some people didn't even have it on their, if they go into LinkedIn, they can't see the stories part, but they had to update their app or whatever. So, I think in one case they actually had to call LinkedIn and say, "Hey, I don't have this." I mean, I don't know why you would not have it, but I have it, so I'm not even worried about it. But just in case you didn't, LinkedIn has stories, so that's just another way to get your message out, just like you do on Facebook, just like you do on IG, all that kind of stuff. So there you go. You heard that first. We're on air with Russell of Hotels. What is my LinkedIn score? You know what? I'm at 75 out of 100, so I'm good. I don't have to talk about that today. But I'm gonna check it again next week and see if it's gone up or gone down. But I'm at 75 out of 100, so I'm good. Is your hotel open, or did you go back to work? Create some FOMO. There's always gonna be FOMO, right? There's always gonna be this fear of missing out, because I think that's a good way for people to jumpstart or upstart their travel, is to see people traveling. Just like last week, they say, 1 million people, got on planes and flew somewhere or whatever to travel. So people see that and like, okay, well, what do I need to do to travel? Do I need to get my vaccination, or what do I need to do to travel? See, that's what's going to happen, right? So there's the people that are on the fence about getting this vaccination. But what's going to happen? They're going to start seeing people that, thank you, Michelle, looking sharp. My sister says the same thing. She goes, oh, you got a pocket scarf on. I said, I wear a pocket scarf every single week. And she goes, "Oh, it must stand out today." I'm like, I'm putting this thing on and no one's noticing it. Anyway, maybe it's the ensemble. Maybe that's it. I don't know. But thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. And don't you owe me a phone call? We haven't connected in a couple of weeks since since my 100th show. So it's been at least 2 weeks. We need to connect at least 2 weeks, every 2 weeks, I would guess. But anyway, I digress. Where am I? Oh, creating FOMO. So, people are seeing this on the news that people are traveling, whatever, and that's going to create people, or make people, just going to jumpstart travel, right? So people have this pent up travel frustration. They want to get out and go somewhere. Just do it the way you're supposed to, though. Just continue to stay masked up and get your travel on. Use social media consistently to get your message out. Whatever your product or service is, stay relevant, and it should be a huge part of your marketing strategy. I say this every week. So we need to make sure when we're posting things, when we're on all our social media platforms, we use social media consistently. It's not one time. You don't post something one time like, oh, okay, well, that should work. No, it shouldn't work. It's about your brand, right? Just because you came up with just brand name doesn't mean it's just automatically gonna just people are gonna like, oh yeah, the Russell of Hotels, right? You know how long it took me for people to even know who the heck Russell of Hotels is? I mean, it's good now that some people, and haven't scratched the surface, but I know enough people. Some people do know what Russell of Hotels is. They know me as that, right? So, but it takes a while to even get to that point. So I mean, it's countless posting and things like that, talking about, trying to be an expert or a thought leader on certain things. I mean, that's another reason why I do Clubhouse, right, Michelle Carlin? That's another reason why I do Clubhouse, is because you want to get your brand out. You want people to know what you're doing. These are people I never would have come in contact with, and they never would have come in contact with me, because I'll tell you, most of the people, I would say 95%, no. I'm gonna say 99% of the people that I interact with Clubhouse, I never knew who the heck they were. 99% of them. There's maybe 1% of people that I know that are on there, right? That have been in the same rooms or whatever. But no, 99% didn't even know Russell existed, and I didn't know they existed. Okay, so that just tells you right there the power of people from around the world, not just here in the States, not just here in Los Angeles, but around the world that have similar issues than you do. They're hoteliers just like we are. They deal with marketing, they deal with social media, they deal with some of the same issues that we have, but they're serious in what they do. They're thought leaders, and it's just, I think, we just need to embrace it. I don't even know how I got on that soapbox, but I'm done with it, right? So non-meat eats. Okay, every week I talk about where either something that I prepared myself here or a restaurant that I went to. So, weekends are made for me. Weekends are made to venture out and find good non-meat eats. Okay, that means I don't eat meat. I'm 100% plant-based. Someone I instant messaged me over the weekend. Somebody I used to work with. She said, "I didn't know you were plant-based or vegan." I'm like, she goes, "Since when are you vegan?" I'm like, well, first of all, I was vegetarian for 12, 13 years before, and then I said vegan for the last, or plant-based for the last 2 years. And I said, "Well, now you're just now, reading my post?" She goes, "No, I just wanted to ask now." She goes, "I've been seeing your post, but it never really connected until just then." She had that aha moment. Wait a minute, Russell's plant-based? When did this happen? So, but anyway, let me move back to what I was saying. Non-meat eats, Honey Bee Burger. Honey Bee Burger. It's in West LA. I got the queen bee, which is a double. It's like a double double. It's like okay. I hate to say this. I don't hate to say this, but I hate to say it because I thought this other vegan burger place that I had was it. I thought it was the cat's meow, right? I thought it was the ultimate and vegan burgerism, right? Or plant-based burgerism, right? Well, I was wrong. Okay, Honeybee Burger is the top now. Okay. This other place, and I mentioned it a couple of weeks ago. I'm not gonna mention the name because I don't, because it's still good, but Honeybee Burger took this to another level. Okay. I was talking about it when from presentation, from when I saw it to when I took a bite. And I don't want to sit up here and say blow smoke that, oh, it tastes just like, because there's people out there that eat burgers all the time. They're like, oh no, it doesn't taste like a regular burger. I can tell the difference, whatever. Okay, I used to be a meat eater too, right? So this has to be, it's the best vegan burger I've ever had, and it's one of the top three burgers of all time. Vegan beef burgers, whatever you want to say, it is up there, right? Okay, and I keep using this word scrumptious. My family gets, my daughter's like, I can't believe you. And I said it's scrumptious. Okay, it was. Uh, Check out my IG, and I did a little video, and it comes with these fries, and tots, frats. Who comes up with this stuff, right? So anyway, my non-meat eats the best vegan burger I've ever had. Honey Bee Burger, West LA. It's in this place called the Colony, which has a lot of different restaurants inside of it. Okay, but check it out. Honey Bee Burger, West LA. Get the queen bee with the frats. Okay, so, and I will be back. So, whew, man, I'm getting hungry right now. In fact, I may get off this show today and go get me another one. It was that good. Okay, I'm telling you. Man. Hotels, are you reinventing yourself? Are you swerving? If there's no business travel, meaning business travel, travelers that are doing business, or companies that are traveling, how we call it, the individual business traveler, that type of business, hoteliers know what I'm talking about, right? That's a market segment. How are you promoting your leisure to the leisure market? How are you promoting to the leisure market? Their local drive market, if you will. Are you using social media? Are we being consistent with our content or messaging during COVID times? What are we doing during these times? Okay, let me read this again. Um, are we being consistent with our content or messaging during these COVID times? What does that mean? Are we sending out messages of our protocols? What are our protocols? Um, okay, somebody just text me something, and they know I'm on a show. Why are they texting me when I'm on a show? But anyway, saying I almost lost my train of thought. So consistent with our content or messaging during COVID times. What does that mean? Are we sending out messages of our protocols? Meaning, what are our protocols? Are we, do we have to wear a mask? That's one. Are we doing social distancing? Are we able to do a remote check-in? Can we go to our room with our phone and unlock our door? These are things that need to be consistently, if we're posting things on social media, we need to make sure we include that. If we haven't updated our websites to ensure that people know that prior to booking, because it's an issue when they get to the hotel and we haven't done that, right? And they don't know, because I've been hearing a lot of information about, people are ticked off because they didn't know certain things, and people sometimes don't read the website. We know that, but we need to make sure it's there anyway, and we need to make sure that's where this whole posting and social media really, you know uh, really elevates the reason to, or the need to, be involved in social media. Because if they missed the website, maybe they saw it on social media. If they didn't see it on social media, you need to make sure you have it on the website. And we need to update it as often as we can. Are our restaurants open? Are spas open? Can we still play golf at this particular resort? What are the protocols of that? Are we only allowing so many people to come in at a certain time? I mean, those are things that need to be on there. Have we posted pictures or videos showing these protocols? Remember, I keep mentioning we got to make sure housekeeping is sexy now. We got to keep housekeeping sexy. Or do we show videos or pictures of our employees cleaning or spraying, or masked up and things like that? One thing that I keep hearing this is, it's a question, right? Is it okay in your promotions, like you're doing promotions, right? Is it okay to show people that are masked up or being socially distanced? I mean, why wouldn't it be? If that was okay several months ago, why wouldn't it be okay now? So that's part of your protocol, right? That's part of the message. You don't want to send mixed messages. You don't want to have one thing in your website, and then that we practice social distancing and we wear masks, and then you're sending out a posting of someone with no mask on. That doesn't jive, right? Be consistent with your message. People want to know. They just want to know, is this consistent? Okay, so if this was going on, then that's what you need to show everyone. You need to be consistent. So if it's on your website, it needs to coincide with your postings. Okay, it can't be one way, or postings, or we don't have masks on, but on the website it says you do. No, that's going to confuse people, and then people going to be ticked off. Okay, so let's just make sure the message is consistent. Okay, so if you social distance last month, you be social distancing now. Just saying. What food service operations are open? I mentioned that already. Spas, golf, whatever you have in your hotel. What's going on in your destination? What about the area? Maybe there's an amusement park that's not, due to open anytime soon. You need to mention those things, because those are traffic generators. People could be coming there for that particular reason. Or are there restaurants in the area? Let's say your restaurant's closed. Are there options, within walking distance? Those are the things that need to to be mentioned in your website or on your postings. There's no other way to put it. I mean, you have to do a little bit more work, but I'd rather do the work now than have to deal with the issues that can come because of that. Because guess what? People are going to come looking. First of all, people are going to have a chip on their shoulder anyway, because they've been cooped up for over a year and not being able to do anything, right? And now all of a sudden I'm coming here and you're telling me that in your website says the pool's open. Now you're telling me that there's a protocol and you can only allow 10 people at a time. We didn't say that in your website. Those are the things I'm talking about. You have to have that information there. So if you only allow 10 people at a time in your pool, make sure it's there. Don't be afraid. You got to be transparent. Don't be afraid to let people know that, because it's information. Information is the key. Information going to keep people coming back to your hotel, right? Because you don't want them to get there and have a bad experience. Guess what? They're gonna tell 10 other people, and they're gonna tell 10 other people, and next thing you know, no one's gonna be coming back to your hotel. Or at least those people that you pissed off initially are not gonna be coming back. So I can't stress this anymore. Let's just make sure that we are putting out the information so people will understand. Thank you, Mr. Charles Skiffer. And there's no S at the end of my name, but thank you so much. But I appreciate that. And I know this guy. I've known this guy for years, right? And he called me Mr. Edmonds. No, it's Edmund. Come on. There's no S at the end of my name. And thank you, Janie. Uh, and thank you, Michelle, for yours as well. Information and consistency are the keys. Yes, they are. So, oh boy. Okay, so where am I now? Hotels working together. You know, it, one thing. eh, in order to get people to come to your destination, I think hotels need to work more together. Say there's a series of 5 hotels in the area. I mean, what's more important, that my hotel does well or that the whole entire destination does well? Because guess what? Everybody has a hotel. I mean, everybody that has a hotel has rooms, they have restaurants, they have, whatever, valet parking, whatever. The thing that separates each hotel from the other hotel or one hotel from another hotel are the people that are involved, right? So it's the employees that separate the Marriott from the Hilton, or the Hilton from the IHG, or from the IHG to the Hyatt. You know, we can get bogged down in all, well, the service is better here. Well, the service is subjective. Okay, I've had better service at a 3-star hotel than I've had at any resort and 5-star hotel that I've ever stayed in. Okay, hospitality is how hotels make you feel, or how that person made you feel. That's what hospitality is, right? It has nothing to do with service. It has to do, well, service is a component of that, right? But it's how it made you feel. And when you left there, you're like, I'm coming back here. That's my place. Okay, I'm coming back there. That's what hospitality is about. I don't even know why I said that, but I just think hotels within a destination need to work together and make sure they're on the same page. I'm not talking rates and things like that. I'm just saying consistently um, showing what they're about. I mean, if that's, the protocols and things like that, because it's all about the destination for the most part. People are going to choose where they're going to go, but I think if you have a solid destination, I think each hotel would do well as long as you have a solid destination, and if you have a CVB or DMO that's preaching the same thing, that's great. But I just think during these times, we just need people to come to our destination, and they're going to pick and choose which hotels they're going to come to. Yeah, you got to promote and all these kind of things. All things being equal, I just think we just need to be partnering to ensure business. That's what I think. But what do I know? Contact information. How do you get a hold of Russell of Hotels? I already mentioned that. Go to my website, russell@russellofhotels.com. But if you're interested in, say, some of the other platforms that I'm on Twitter, I'm at IG, I'm on LinkedIn, I'm on Facebook, all at russellofhotels.com. But I'm also at Russell L. Edmond on Facebook and Russell L. Edmond on LinkedIn. And I have a YouTube channel. It's called Russell of Hotels. So please subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel and subscribe, because guess what? I've been at like 30 for the last 2 or 3 weeks. I mean, what can I do with 30 subscriptions? Okay, so help me out. Oh man. So go right now, whatever you're doing, stop what you're doing and go to YouTube, Russell of Hotels, and subscribe. And whoever subscribes, I'm gonna call them and say, hey, thank you. And if you're interested in sponsorships or partnerships, or letting people know that you're open, creating some FOMO. What about creating some FOMO for your hotel? If you're interested in that, go to my website, and there's a sponsorship tab. Just click on that, and it gives you everything that's included and how to get a hold of me. And just check this out. Okay, I created a little FOMO, or just information about a hotel that just opened up. So let me just show you that real quick. First of all, I got to take myself off. Don't go anywhere, right? But let me see if I can do it that way.
A million faces, they're looking at you.
See, check that out. See, who does that? Who else does that other than Russell of Hotels? Who will put your property on blast like that? But anyway, so that was I did I do this thing. It's called hashtag my office for the day. So I pick randomly. I go to hotels normally when someone I know that's there, and I know this hotel just open, Natalie Finzi Gibson. She's a DOSM there. And I just showed up. I just showed up to her hotel on Friday, took some pictures, did some video, talked to her for a little while, and posted the video, right? I did a live from there as well. It's over there by USC Medical Center, which I had never been in that area before, but it's actually up and coming, growing, a lot of new developments. It's right across from the Keck Medical Center. So USC is just basically taking over this whole entire area where they're kind of revitalizing. They're making it, I want to say, similar to, if you know UCLA and how UCLA Hospital and how they have all the, campus around there. It's similar to that. So it's this whole totally new medical campus. So I had to go check it out. And my job is to bring things to you guys, right? Because I'm the Russell of Hotels, right? So I have to do that. So, but yeah, check that out. So that's why I did that. So, I mean, those are things as a sponsor or as a partner with me or Russell of Hotels that you will get during the show. So there you go. And you know what Russell of Hotels Group is. I do a lot of branding, social media, building your presence through videos and posting. So that's what it's all about. And Janie, what are you laughing at? Let's see. And then you can go to my website. You can make hotel reservations anywhere. You can go to russellofhotels.com. Look to the right. There's a tab that says book a hotel anywhere. Click on that. Boom. Type in your city, the destination, and it comes up with hotels. And even if you don't book there, you can just basically compare hotels. Like, okay, in this particular destination, this area, you can say, okay, I like this hotel, that hotel, and then just go book direct. So you can use it as a resource. You don't necessarily have to book there, but you can aggregate all the hotels. You can see where they are and what their pricing is, because you can look at all the different pricing and then go and book direct if you want to. But definitely use the resource, because that's what I do. I use it as a resource myself. If I don't book through my own site, and maybe I can get a better deal if I book direct, and that's always the key, right? Book direct. Okay, so I'm a proponent of booking direct, but if you don't want to book direct, book with me. That's all I can say, right? So, but check it out, russellofhotels.com, and go to the drop down or the tab that says book a hotel anywhere, and there you go. And what else do I do? I'm a live show host, and I do podcasts. It's called On Air with Russell of Hotels. You would know that because you're listening to it right now. And I interview today's hospitality professionals, not today, but every now and then I do. And I'm a disruptor of the status quo. That's the reason why I started the show in the first place, because I wanted to be disruptive in the marketing space, in the marketing hospitality space, so to speak. So if you want to be a disruptor, come on the show and be a disruptor. But if you don't want to, then that's fine too. Stay where you are and watch me. These are 4 questions I'm asked, and my show's almost over, right? So when you get your own platform or whatever, you can go as long as you want. You go as short as you want. So I'm gonna be wrapping up pretty soon. So just hold on one second. So I just have these 4 questions I need to ask you, and I ask these questions every week. And before that, I'm gonna take a drink of water because I'm a little parched. Number 1, how's your professional or personal brand staying relevant? What are you doing? Are you doing postings? Are you on Clubhouse? What are you doing? Number 2, knowing what you know now, is there anything that you're doing differently or that you would do differently based on this whole COVID thing? You should be doing things differently, because guess what? people are booking differently. People are thinking about hotels differently. So we need to use different tools to reach those specific people. Okay, so think about that. Number 3, have you connected with anyone new lately? Have you connected with anyone new lately, or have you maybe connected with someone old, meaning you haven't spoken to them in a long time? I have this thing, and I think I may have mentioned it. Every now and then, when I think of someone I haven't maybe talked to them in a while, I'll pick up the phone. If I have the number, I'll pick up the phone and call them, or I'll email them. And I just happen to have what's God, America. God, did she change her last name? Ayes, Ayes. Ayes, I think that's how she pronounced her name. She was America Ferreira before, but I think she's America Ayes now. But anyway, I used to work with her at the Woodland Hills Hilton. And I always told you guys that's like out of the 14 different hotels I worked in, that's I got my most experience. I had my most fun. I learned how to sell. I did everything at that hotel, right? It was like a teaching hotel, right? And she was one of the people. She was director of housekeeping, and she taught me more about housekeeping. I used to be a housekeeping manager, but not at America's level. Okay, so she would, things that we would suggest, she would do. I mean, just someone that just took you under a wing and say, hey, let me show you how to check a room, let me show you how we clean, all that kind of stuff. I mean, somebody just took pride in everything she did. So and she reached out to me on over the weekend. So so that goes back to, have you connected with anyone new, or maybe someone that you haven't connected with in a long time? So I do appreciate you reaching out, America. And she listens to the show. She told me she listened to the show. So I'm like, very good. Thank you so much, America. That made my day, made my weekend, because she reached out and she told me that she's proud of me, and she listened to the show. So I'm like, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. Number 4, what has this situation taught you? And thank you, Janie, for now I have 31 subscribers on YouTube. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. But anyway, I'm gonna end the show with this. The Russell of Hotels, the 4 P's. Purpose. Know your why. Know why you do certain things. Why do I do this show? You guys know, because I want to be a disruptor. I want to get information out there. I want to help people if I can. That's my why. Number 2, people. Be a leader. But if you're a leader, be inclusive. Especially in the climate that we're in now, we need to be inclusive. Think about what that even means, okay? If you need a Webster's dictionary, check it out. But be inclusive. Number 3, passion. Either you have it or you don't. I mean, either you love what you do or you don't. Do I love doing the show? Heck yeah, that's why I'm doing it, right? So I have a passion to do it. Number 4, perseverance. Be consistent. Continue to evolve. Don't give up, and swerve when you need to, okay? That's one thing I'm good at, is swerving. Leaders need to be more empathetic during these COVID times, okay? Be more inclusive with your team. That's, like I said that before, I said it again. Use this time to develop yourself, separate yourself from the pack, learn something new, get on Clubhouse, learn something new, invest in yourself, and always stay relevant. Focus on what you can control. You can't control everything, all right? Don't get caught up in everybody else's crap, okay? Just get caught up in yours, right? Worry about you. Your brand is your culture. Leadership dictates where your company will go. If you got crappy leadership, then your company's gonna be crappy. Okay, there's no other way to put that, right? If you got crappy leadership, your company's gonna be crappy. Okay, you see that all the time. So, but anyway, thank you so much for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels. I do appreciate you taking the time to sit here and listen to me or watch me going through my rants and raves and things like that. I couldn't do this without you guys, so I do appreciate that. This is show number 102, right? So I'm looking forward to show number 103. So thank you guys so much for joining, and I will see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. I always wanted to say that, but anyway, you guys take care. Bye.